Hello there, this is Mike Bogle speaking, and in this clip we are going to quickly take you through the process of how you request the creation of a new course in Lectopia via the self-service tool. So to get to the self-service tool, you just open a web browser and you go to elearning.unsw.edu.au/Lectopia_DIY, and that will take you to a login page. And access to the tool is just via your staff ID and your UniPass. And once you're in, I'll just enlarge that a bit, you'll see a variety of options if you scroll down the page, and I will be covering each of these in a number of different support clips. For this particular example, we're covering how you request a new course. So to do this, you scroll down the page, and in the section that says Make a Request, you will see an option that says Request a New Course. So clicking on this will take you to a form, and you just complete the details of the form, and you click Request Course. Now, I would like to call attention in particular to these options, to a number of options. First of all, other cohorts. When your course has multiple course codes associated with it, each of them needs to be included here, because otherwise, if you opt to include an access restriction that requires that students log in, all the available course codes need to be included here, because if they're not, only the students whose course codes are listed here will be able to access it. So if Mike Test is a cohort that is not listed, and I am enrolled in Mike Test, I will not be able to access the recording. So it's very, very important that you list everything in here. Okay, secondly, security. Public means that no login is required. That is, when you share the link to the recordings with your students, they will be able to immediately access them without logging in via their student ID and their UniPass. Alternatively, private requires that they log in first. Okay, and finally, the podcast option here determines whether you will allow them to subscribe to a podcast in a player such as iTunes, as well as to download MP3s directly from the student view of the recording. So if you want students to be able to do that, you have to make sure that you enable it. You will be able to update this information throughout the course of the session. However, any recordings that have already taken place will maintain the settings that existed at the time of the recording. For example, if podcasting was disabled when the recording was made and processed, it will continue to only be available via streaming. And on the same token, if the recording was processed as podcast, it will continue to be downloadable unless you specifically request via Service Desk that the download be deleted. Okay, so that's some important information to bear in mind. So once you've done all that, you request the course, we are sent a notification, and we can process the course according to the information you've provided, and then you can use the other tools in the self-service tool to interact with the course in more detail. So if you have any questions, please see the support site in the first instance, and the best way to get to that is via the link up here that says Lectopia Support Home. And there's a variety of information here, but in particular, be sure to see the self-service tool, and that outlines a lot of information concerning how you use the DIY tool. So alternatively, if you have any questions, contact the service desk. This is Mike Bogle. Thanks for listening.